Yeah, I'm sure I'll start seeing things that are not okay, or just think twice about doing something or going out somewhere. People thinking, yeah, I'm actually a really shy person, and I'm really uncomfortable with people judging me and looking at me.
I had one word. Well, not exactly a word. I said, and then,
Scudda ho, scudda hey.
scudda who, scudda hey.
Was that all you had to say?
No, in a picture called Scudda Who, Scudda Hey, I had one word to say. I said hello, but it went fast. In fact, I cut it out.
My character is, I actually love doing what I'm doing now because my character is really obsessive. And it used to be just pretty much being a neat freak, and now it's gone from being a neat freak to, I said to the writers, you know, if I'm going to be obsessive, let's just go all the way. Like, everything.
Right.
So they just, you know, I'm obsessed about, at one point I want to have a baby, and I'm obsessed about that, and I want to make jam, or Ross is selling some Girl Scout cookies last week on the show, or a couple weeks on the show, and I, like, get obsessed about the Girl Scout cookies to the point of, like, you know, it's my drug.
Right.
You got to give me some cookies, man. I mean, I just remember. So I
related to that episode.
You did.
I love the Girl Scout cookies. They're good. You know.
Well, I don't know, really. I'd like to say that everything's getting easier and easier and falling into place, but it isn't really. I don't know. I mean, I think always the deciding thing I keep saying to myself is, what if instead the telephone call had been, he's been killed in a car crash? And, you know, that's 10 billion times worse.
About
12 is using the formula that I use to get clean from drugs and alcohol to change anything in your life that you want to change. When I stopped taking drugs, I'm in an abstinence-based recovery program. I found, do you know what, Larry? The minute I stopped taking drugs, I started having problems in other areas. My sexual appetites became, let's call them healthy, robust, greedy. And
yeah, the breakup, it was just painful. You're just singing something with so many memories. It's like, I likened it later to kind of like singing the ex-wife's songs when you've had a divorce. Yeah. No way, buddy. Ooh, you know, no way. Is she gonna catch me doing that one? You know.
But that was the most exciting thing for me, is actually going backwards in her reign and looking at her younger life, which is really not very often explored. Right. Her sort of involvement with the Spanish Armada and the consolidation of England as a primarily Protestant country, I think, was what I'd known her as. So it was great to sort of explode that apart and find out the other elements that made up.
The title comes from the fact that this girl gets a great lift and fun out of walking down Fifth Avenue at the crack of dawn with a breakfast which she's bought in a drugstore, and looking in the window at Tiffany's.
What sort of a girl is she?
She's what they call in America these days, a kook.
What does that mean? Spelled with a K, I believe.
Which is a dizzy, gay type of girl.
Anything like
all he thinks about, every breath he inhales, is just fueling that desire to want to help the world and save the world and create a better planet. And to be honest with you, for, you know, a lot of our connection, we've been friends for like 8.5 or 9 years now, and honestly,
fame, forgiving all my enemies, and definitely fans are my everything, and that meaning, like, you know, being able to go through everything I went through and show my fans that I love them, you know, that's what it is, and fans are my everything.
When you say forgive all your enemies, who do you consider your enemies?
Just anybody, naysayers, haters, whatever the case may be. I just think, you know, being positive and promoting that is what I'm about now, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but you
sound check was great, went really well, I was really excited. And then during the changeover in the ad break, the microphones fell onto the piano strings, which is what the guitar noise was. Some people thought it was Bieber rehearsing, but it wasn't him. We're on great terms. And then it just kind of put the whole thing off, really. And yeah.
Could you tell? They were real names. I caught a lot of flack for, what a cheesy rhyme, Davy in the Navy. The guy's name was Davy.
The guy?
He was in the Navy. So I said, okay, that'll work. You know, it's like making love to his tonic and gin. Is it tonic and gin? What's tonic and The old guy was drinking. He didn't call it gin and tonic. I'll have a tonic and gin.
Oh, you didn't flip-flop those just
no,
for
he
the bride?
said that.
Wow.
I stole it from everybody.
Well, the thing is that when you get involved in a film and you spend 10 months making a movie, the result is not as important as what you're going through. I do not choose a film looking for a result. I look for a result in terms of what am I going to get from this piece? What can I communicate through this piece? What am I going to learn, you know, about myself, an actor? And see, does it challenge me, you know, and on what levels? I mean, each film that I've done, I've been very specific, you know, in the choices. And, you know, just the overall experience. I mean, the result essentially is gravy, you know.
What about the movie? I think the Queen's duty and her service, her tolerance, her commitment to others, I think that's all been incredibly important to me, and it's been a real sort of guiding example of just what sort of a good monarch can be.
Why this Little Women is so incredibly speaks to this this moment in time is because of Greta Gerwig. She wrote it, she adapted it, her deep understanding of the history of the time, but her sort of exuberant embrace of the present moment. She's so spontaneous a person that she kind of couldn't help but make this about young women now.
I kind of want to die inside a little.
Why?
That, I don't know. I didn't want to shoot it. I didn't want you to air it. It's fine. It's okay.
No, that's my favorite part. I never miss an episode of One Tree Hill, as you know. And
that's just because you love me.
I do love you, and I am astonished that you're doing that kind of stuff on the CW network with the... Does the ribbon come off later in that scene?
You'll have to watch, find out.
I will
Okay.
watch to find out.
I didn't go back in time and listen to it like that. I worked on it and brought it as far as I could right then. A lot of it I didn't even finish. You know, a lot of the bootlegs that are out right now, they are unfinished, unmixed. You know, sometimes they change lyrics, and again, you wait until, you know, you can find other things to go with it. We live in a singles-driven market, but, you know, I come from the old school, making albums, and that's what I'll always do.
For me, one of the most important things that I can do is inspire other people to dream. So whether it's me being a judge on the X Factor and giving somebody else that hope that I had, because I came from a reality TV too, or whether it's what I do, what I wear, you know, experiences I'm having that inspire other people, that's one of the most amazing feelings for me.